Live from a kitchen in Las Vegas, it's Keto Cooking. Everybody, welcome back. I'm Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Well, today we're going to have a little fun. First, I need a drink. Delicious. Nice cold iced tea. All right, here's what's going on. Now, what I just showed you there, Man Kitchen Recipe, good friend of mine, Kevin. Now, his channel, go check him out. I'll leave the link down below. Great channel, great barbecue channel, great cook. Now, Kevin does a lot of reviews on different barbecue pits and different pizza ovens and stuff. Really, really good, interesting channel. But a while back, he had made cheese ravioli. He made ravioli out of cheese. He likes his cheese, a little burnt, a little crispy, and so do I. But he made these ravioli, and I told him, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I used to make them when I first started doing keto, and but I'm going to do a little thing, a little different. Okay, he did it outside on his flat top. It is 112 outside. I'm not dragging out my flat top to do it outside. So I'm going to change up a little bit. I'm going to use, from my Monument grills, I'm going to use that flat top, and I'm going to do it on top of my stove. But first, I'm going to cook up some ingredients first. So let's get going. Okay, what I'm going to do is with these ravioli, what I'm going to use is, I'm going to use provolone cheese, but I'm also going to use this sausage right here. Now, I told my daughter what I was going to be doing, and she bought this stuff for me. Very nice. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it very much. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this in my little non-stick pan just to get this going here. Me and Marie had to try it. I'll tell you what, it's got a little tension, a little heat. So, I'm going to just plop that in without the paper, of course. And we're going to let that cook. Alright, so now, I didn't use any oil in here because it is kind of, has some fat in it, so it doesn't look like it's releasing any of it right now, though. Okay, but this is good. So what we're going to do is, and I just got a suggestion from my wife, we're going to add some, once we cook this up, into a bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of ricotta cheese and this sausage to it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the method I'm going to use to melt this a little bit. Okay, so it's going to be a process. All right, now if you can see this right here, I mean there is no oil coming out of this, very little. Okay, but I can tell you one thing. This was done with some cayenne pepper because it's in the air. It's almost like taking your breath away, type of thing. So we're not going to go too much further with this. I do have to break it up a little bit smaller. Okay, and then we're going to put this together. This is going to be fun. Okay, sausage is done. And it's actually taking my breath away, but it's still a little bit too big. So I'm just going to bust it up here a little bit, help it cool off a little bit more. And then we're going to get on with this here. I'm going to make a mixture of this sausage with some ricotta cheese, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of Tommy spice in it. And we're going to make these, we're going to form this provolone cheese into, well, they're already round, so we're going to try to make them into a, look like a ravioli. Boy, if I could talk, I'd be worth money. Alright, so we got the sausage out of the freezer. Okay, running around the pan here a little bit. Push it over here. Now, I'm going to use some clean ricotta cheese. I'm just going to spoon a couple of these into the pan here. This is good stuff. I mean, even doing keto, you can have this. You can make a lot of great things with it. gonna put enough of that right there. Now, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna sprinkle this on here. Probably we'll start off with nice 2 teaspoons. You know what? We'll do 3. Okay. Now I'm gonna just start mixing this in. So I was very impressed with this when Kevin did it because he is an artist when it comes to working with the flat tops, and he's got a ton of different pits that he uses, and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of great reviews. If you're thinking about buying any kind of barbecue pit or anything like that, check his channel out. He's got a lot of great ideas, and he does a lot of great cooking on them, smoking and stuff like that. So, all right. Also, another friend, Not For Nothing Homestead. This is called WeTalian. It's good stuff. I try to use it as much as I can. I'm going to sprinkle some in here. Great flavor. WeTalian. Great supporter of me. I love it. Okay, and as I'm going here, I'm going to try to break these up because the provolone cheese is, it seems to be a little thick, but I just did a test run, and I tell you what, this could be a catastrophe, really. So, you know what, this looks good enough to mold. That's how you want to test it to see if it's going to be okay. Yeah, that should work. Now, I'm going to let this sit here a little bit, let it get a little bit more room temperature. Mash it all together. You know what, I think I want a little bit more. A little WeTalian in there. Okay, I'm going to let that sit. We'll be back. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, like I said, I'm cheating a little bit because Kevin did his directly on the flat top, and I can see the problems that he had. But I'm going to put a little bit of sausage here, and also I'm going to put this over the top of it. Now I'm just going to let that sit. Now I'm going to put that onto the burner. Okay, this is my top to my Monument grill. Okay, this comes off. It's a 22-inch gas burner. Naturally, you can't use this inside the house because of the propane. But the top comes off. It's portable. Put it on the stove, and I heat it up, oil it down a little bit, and it's pretty warm. Okay, let's melt it together. Now I'm going to put this in the freezer just to harden up the cheese again, and then when I come back we'll put them on here. I'm going to make a bunch of them. Okay, so this side here is still pretty hot. This side is warm, but I think I'm going to try to work with this side over here. Let's just see what happens. And push comes to shove, it's all edible stuff. So I should have ground up the sausage a little bit more, but you got to deal with the hand that you're dealt. It's pretty simple. Also thought that the provolone was going to be a little bit bigger, but it is not. So I'm just going to let that one sit like that for a little bit. And try to bring the camera over a little bit more. Now if I put it on this side, it would have been just a melted mess. So the whole idea of me taking these and putting them into the refrigerator, well actually the freezer, is to just make them seal together so that when I do put them on this side here, nice and hot, I'll have enough time for them to crunch up real quick and heat the inside, and we'll be ready to eat them. All right, here we go. Let it melt it enough to try to get them to stick together. Get my drift? Okay. Don't need a lot of heat, just putting this on here to make them stick. Let me get my hands out of the way. Come on. Now, like I said before, Kevin said he likes his cheese a little crunchy, and so do I. Nothing better than having cheese made like that. So we're going to see how this turns out. Okay, this first one out of the freezer. Put that right on there like that one. Take the second one. As you can see, some of this cheese had already melted pretty good, started running. I'm just going to take it up, off, put it on that way. Okay, this is the one I made on top. I turned the heat back up again. These are starting to melt down to come out of the freezer. And this is another one that I just made over here. Okay, so we're just gonna let these, this one I'm gonna let cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna shut it down and let it cool a little bit so I can get them off, because this is gonna be a mess. Great idea. There again, my whole concept here is play with your food. And I am having a ball. I'm gonna put a little Tommy spice on these. Okay, you see this one right here? Ain't no way in hell you can turn that one right now. Let me move this up out of the way. Oops, stuck. Okay. Shut that off. Now that should be crisping up on the bottom. This one is starting to go the same way. Now this one had the hole in it over here. Alright, we'll bring you back in a moment. Okay, just so you can see there's no tricky business going on. I shut it off, and this is starting to, this one will be done in a little bit. And the heat on here is transformed over to the other side. Take that one, I'm going to get that one a little closer. Okay. Let this one sit for a while. Now, this one really puffed up pretty good. I'm going to get this to the point where I can either flip them together, or, because like I said, now they're starting to spread out. This is the problem that might happen now. This might melt to where, like this one here, where the meat's coming out. This is why I like being married to an Italian girl, okay? Look, sauce that we had made a while back in the freezers. This is a serving for us, whatever we were going to be making. We'll put that in a bowl. That's going to go into a microwave. And this is going to be used as a dipping sauce for our cheesy raviolis. Okay, here we go. We're going to take some hot sauce. And you try to make this look nice. A little sauce up here on the plate. And this also almost reminds me of a spadini alla romano that is egg washed, and it's mozzarella cheese that is with bread and deep fried. Well, there you have it right there. Not as crispy as I wanted it to be, but you know what? It looks good to me. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm going to make some provolone cheese ravioli with a little sausage in the center. Okay, very good. Listen, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check out Man Kitchen Recipes and also Not For Nothing Homestead. I'll leave the link down below. Great people, great supporters of mine, and good friends. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching. Check back next time for
Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook.